so that there is no uniform, the parents don't pay for any uniform at school. As we are now, every school has a uniform. And I think if we want it to remain like that, is a good thing. The only thing that we need to manage, the only thing that we need to deal with are those school principals and school heads who exploit parents, you know, in terms of trying to send them to their own manufacturers, or the school itself becoming a supplier of uniforms and making the cost of uniform very expensive for parents. Otherwise, trying to standardize the uniform we have, even if we talk about the texture, making uniform texture, I can tell you we have a beautiful country with quite a lot of variabilities in almost all our contexts. For example, a school in Limuru, which is a very cold context, and a school in Mandera, where I come from, which is a very hot context. If you say you are standardizing the fabric or the material, you may end up disadvantaging one. The material might not be helpful in a cold environment like Limuru, or it might not be useful in a hot environment like Mandera. So we don't need to become a country of standardization. You know, we standardize our curriculum, we standardize our exams. Now we want to standardize our uniform so that every school puts on the same uniform, same color. Or are we talking about standardizing, when we talk of standardizing production, are we talking about identifying one manufacturer who will be manufacturing a uniform for all the schools in the country? I think that's not the right way to go, and that is why I don't support this motion, and because standardization will only make our educators become enforcement officers. We have a lot more other problems to deal with. Yesterday we debated about the junior secondary school year with all the challenges it is facing. Definitely standardization is not one of the priority challenges we have in education in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Member for Murang'a County, the Honorable Betty Maina.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I rise to support Honorable Gathoni Wamuchomba in this motion. Madam Speaker, I will support, we standardize the color, the quality, and the cost. The only difference we can put is a logo as a way to identify the school. Among the very many benefits of identification, one being creating cohesion among students. When students are able to identify themselves with the same color, quality, there are no students who will feel as if they come from superior schools, where others will be feeling as if they come from inferior schools. When you talk about cost, one of the most tedious exercises for a parent is to take a student to school. But we are making the exercise more complicated by allowing some sort of business to go on in school, whereby you find that parents are referred to a particular shop with particular cost, and there is no room for negotiations or for bargaining. In these instances, parents are left like in day school, parents in day school are buying uniform more expensive than the school fees. We need to have a standardized way for having the cost of school uniform to reduce expenses that are not important. We are encouraging businesses in our schools. Of course, these tenders are given to particulars and with interest by the people who are giving them these tenders. Another importance we need to consider in standardizing the quality. There are some students, maybe because of being have-nots or being from less advantaged families, they will put on some low-quality uniform, and when they're in school, they will start comparing themselves with other students. We even really need to come up with a formula whereby the government needs to make sure that in every new year, or in every new year that the students are going to a new year, we need to be providing school uniform. Sometimes you go to school, you'll meet some students with very good quality, and in other schools, you'll meet some students with very torn clothes. these students feel rejected in school. They will suffer psychologically, they will suffer emotionally, they will even feel that they are less